Hello, everyone. I'm Corian Davis, your host of The Rundown. It's been a while since I've seen you guys. I hope y'all had a happy and safe Halloween. I've got to tell you, I've really enjoyed watching all the athletes dress up in their Halloween practices, wearing some crazy costumes. So if you haven't seen the videos or the pictures, you've got to go check it out on our social media pages. They're a lot of fun. But let's get to the major headline. It's a big week here at WT because it is Wagon Wheel week. And that means we had to talk to Coach Lynn, of course. We had to have him in here. He's experienced this rivalry as a coach, as a player at Eastern New Mexico. So check out this interview. Well, I appreciate you joining us on the Monday before the Wagon Wheel game. This is a big week for WT football, but a huge week for you because this will be the first time you're back under the stadium lights in Portales competing in the Wagon Wheel game since you were a coach at Eastern. So how are you feeling about all of it?
Well, first of all, the Wagon Wheel game is, on our level, especially with our kids and their staffs, and it's the biggest rivalry is what we get, and we, you always take the approach, it's just like Ohio, Michigan, it's always Texas A&M, it's some of the bigger rivalries. We treat it just like that, and it's a fun game. I mean, it's an opportunity to play for something, especially here late, and a lot of these young men have played against each other in high school. There's a lot of crossover. It's the closest game, and it's just fun. Overall, it's just a fun, it's a good rivalry. What
to you makes this game so special?
Well, I think it's obviously the traveling trophy of the Wagon Wheel. It's always nice to have kind of bragging rights for your school, throughout the year. Maybe the recruiting piece helps a little bit. The next thing is I think it's good for every school to have a rival, and it adds something else to a game, especially here late, that you can play for, and more than anything else, I mean, as you look at the course of the Wagon Wheel, it's a pretty even game. It's always you can kind of throw records out the window. Every single game that I've been associated with have been great games, and it's always come down to the wire.
Are there any memories that pop up or come to mind as you gear up as a player or as a coach?
Yeah, there's a couple. I think my senior year, my last game as a senior at Eastern New Mexico University, we played out at Kimbrough, and the last college football game that I ever played was out at Kimbrough, and we were able to win the Wagon Wheel that year. In 2013, we were able to upset a very, very, very good West Texas team at Eastern New Mexico and hadn't won the Wagon Wheel a long time. That one kind of sticks out. I think the one thing that you always need to look at the Wagon Wheel, though, all those winning the Wagon Wheel is great, but losing the Wagon Wheel, you almost remember those a little bit more.
Absolutely. You've experienced all the emotions that come with it as a player. How do you feel that has and is going to help you prepare your guys for Saturday?
Well, I don't think that's what I talked to my guys about yesterday, was that you don't really understand the rivalry of the Wagon Wheel until you actually step on the field and play a Wagon Wheel football game. And, I've been fortunate enough to be in several as a coach and player, and it's an intense game. And I think, if there's any experience with that, I have experienced it as a coach and as a player.
What would it mean to you to bring home the Wagon Wheel this year?
Well, it means a lot. I mean, obviously, I grew up on the eastern side of the state. I played at Eastern New Mexico University. Eastern New Mexico University was incredible to me as a player and as a coach. And at the same time, I'm a Buffalo now, and it's time to bring the Wagon Wheel home.
Absolutely. Well, how do we do that? What's the key?
Well, I think you got to look at them offensively. They're doing a good job of what they do. They're a triple option football team. You look at the success at Eastern New Mexico University, and the years that they've had really good success. It's been running the triple option. And they're back to that now. Coach Lee's doing a great job with that. And we got to go in there and we got to be disciplined. We got to play assignment football. And then, we've got to control the fronts, and then, offensively we got to get going. We got to be able to run the football and take our shots when we need it.
Absolutely, Coach. We're looking forward to.
Hey, man, I'm looking forward to it. It's exciting. You know, I got away from it. I went to another conference for a couple years, or for 5 years, and the one thing that I didn't have over in that conference is a game like this. And so I'm extremely excited. I encourage everybody to get out. It'll be a great game. It looks like it's going to be good weather on Saturday, and you know, I'm ready to get going on it.
Well, we're glad you're back in the Lone Star Conference, and we're even happy you're on our side.
That's right. Go Buffs.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
This is a game you won't want to miss. I can promise you that. The Buffs will be back in action this weekend on Saturday at 1 p.m. in Portales, New Mexico against Eastern New Mexico. Now on to some announcements. The number 5 ranked Lady Buff volleyball team will host Western New Mexico on Friday night, which is also senior night in their last regular season home game. Come out to support the seniors, show them some love, and you can also watch Tori the Terminator Miller reach 1,800 career kills, which will put her at the number 4 spot on the all-time list. Our men's soccer team will also head into postseason. They will be competing in the Lone Star Conference tournament. For more information on that, you can go to gobuffsgo.com, or you can follow along on the Lone Star Conference digital network. Hoops are back, people. The Lady Buffs and the Buffs will compete in the D2 CCA Tip-Off Classic at Rip Griffin Center this weekend. The Buffs will match up against Illinois Springfield on Friday at 2:30 p.m., and the Lady Buffs will face off against Adams State at noon on Saturday. For more information, you can also head over to gobuffsgo.com. The number 9 men's and the number 5 women's cross-country team will also be competing this Saturday in Lubbock at the South Central Regional Meet, so be sure to root them on as well. I want to remind everybody, if you haven't already, please go follow us on our social media pages, Instagram, X, and Facebook. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell. We will see you next time. Please be on the lookout for other segments like Coffee with Coaches on our social media pages and YouTube. Thank you so much. As always, I'm Corinne Davis, your host of The Rundown.